guys, this is Suzette from Anewyoricanthing Kitchen. Today is exciting. We're going to make arroz con pollo y café con leche. There's a song like that, by the way.
Arroz con pollo, café con leche. Arroz con pollo, café con leche. Arroz con pollo.
So we're going to do some arroz con pollo today. I'm very excited to show you guys how to do this. So our ingredients are chicken parts. Okay, so any chicken parts you want is fine. You can do a whole chicken. You can do just the thighs, the legs, whatever you guys like. You're going to do 3 cups of rice. We're going to do about 2 tablespoons of your sofrito and sazon. As you guys know, I make my own. But if you don't, you can get the Goya or any other brand that they have. And you're going to need about 2 packages for this recipe. So we're going to get to it right now. Okay, to start, guys, what you want to do is, what I like to do is I like to boil some water ahead of time. Clean your chicken, of course. And you're going to put your chicken parts in the boiling water. And you just want to boil a little bit and get the pink out of it, because it's going to finish cooking when you put it in your rice pot. I like to do this because if you don't, the meat tends to break up in the rice pot because you're cooking it a lot. So I found this little neat trick. So you don't want to put too much chicken. So I have a family of 4, so I usually put in, 6 to 8 pieces of chicken, cut it up, and if you see any fat coming up to the top, you want to skim it, because what I do is I use the liquid that we were boiling the chicken in to get that chicken flavor in your rice. You may have to add a little bit more water, so we're just going to let that boil and cook up a little bit, get the pinkness out, and then we'll go on to the rice section. You boil the chicken for about 7 to 10 minutes. You don't want to overboil it because it's going to continue cooking in your rice. In the meantime, while that's boiling, I'm going to start sauteing our sofrito in oil. Now, you want to do your sofrito in oil for about 2 to 3 minutes and cook down the sofrito. So you're going to do 1/3 cup of oil. Okay. We're going to add our sofrito. And we're going to add our sazon. Now, olives are optional. It does give it a nice flavor, though, I must say. The vinegar part of it is part of the rice. But it is optional. I know not everyone likes the olives. If you're not a big olive person, you can, which is a little trick. You can just add the juice of the olives, which gives it a nice zing to your rice. So the chicken is still boiling. We're just going to saute our sofrito and our sazon and olives all together. Okay? 2 to 3 minutes, guys. It's been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes already. So the next step that you want to do is add your 3 cups of rice. Okay, so we're going to add the 3 cups of rice in here. And what you want to do is mix. Get the color in there, get it nice and done. Because the goal is that we're going to place the chicken in here with the water, and we don't want to move it around too much, so your chicken can stay in nice pieces and not kind of crumble up in the pot. So we mix it up very nicely, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken parts. Now, I have taken the skin off the chicken, which helps with the fat when you're boiling the water. So that's always a good thing to do. If you keep the skin on your chicken, you're going to get more fat in the water. Okay? So this water looks really good. I'm just placing the chicken, as you can see, gently on top. And I'm going to use the same water I boiled the chicken in. And what we need is 6 cups of water. So I don't feel that I need to skim this. It's pretty good. And that's going to give you the flavor of the chicken. Okay? So now we have 6 cups of water in here. And now's your time to add your salt. Okay? So salt is to taste. However, when you're making rice and beans, rice and chicken, the water should be slightly salty or you're not going to have any flavor. So I use kosher salt, which you can use any kind of salt that you prefer. Okay, you're going to start off, a little bit at a time is always a good idea. You don't want to over salt anything. And you're going to taste it and make sure that your salt content is good. I'm going to go ahead and taste mine. I think it needs a little bit more salt, but this is going to be a judgment call on your part. So start off little, add a little bit more, and taste as you go. Okay, you don't want to move it around too much. You don't want that chicken to break up. So we're just gonna let that boil. And remember guys, do not touch the rice. As much as you want to, don't do it. When you do that, it really gets soggy and yucky. When you're making Spanish rice, you want to just let the water absorb, ignore it. It's going to be about 15 minutes or so on a medium-high heat. Okay, so the water has absorbed. Now you can go ahead and first of all lower the flame, and you want to mix the rice at this point. So we did not touch it until all that water was absorbed. And you're just going to kind of make a little mound, okay? And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to have it on a low flame. Remember, cover and do not open for 15 minutes. I know you're going to be tempted. Don't do it, because that way the rice will really cook nicely and you'll have nice fluffy rice and not yucky or undercooked rice. Okay, so the 15 minutes has passed by. You're going to mix it again. Okay, you see, very gently. See how the chicken pieces are really staying intact, because we did that boiling before. Once you just mix that up a little bit more, okay, you're going to cover it again. Again, we're going to leave it covered. You don't want to keep messing around with it. You want to cook it for an additional 15 minutes, and then your rice will be nice and ready to eat. So as you can see, the rice is very fluffy. We are ready to eat. We have the chicken nicely done. It's not falling apart. So you're ready to serve. Okay guys, this is the final product. It's going to be delicious. Thank you so much for joining me. You can get more of these recipes in Abuela Sofrito, which is available on my website. See you guys soon.